And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And we just picked up two new characters, Veronica and Serena. Let's take a look at them real quick. You'll notice Veronica's got this large two-handed staff. She's got a hairband and a silk robe. And Serena's pretty much got a wand, a hairband, and a silk robe. And that's really about the gist of that. As far as what to gear them up with, we're going to gear Serena up probably more so than her sister, because she is the healer. And as far as I'm concerned, healers get defensive priority. Always protect the white mage. But that's not going to last long anyway, primarily because we can make a Feather's Cap and improve the current one that we have, or just flat out make another one. Again, that's not something I'm ultimately concerned about. And then, from there, we have Character Builder to do. I'm not going to do that per mass. I want to see everything we expand in. So we have Heavy Wands, Whips, and Vim. Vim is, magic stuff to a degree. Its resistance, as you can see, Spooky Aura is whatever. Ice and wind resistance, earth and fire resistance is nice. This one's kind of cool to get some of that delicious MP back, but it takes quite a lot to get there. And that tends to be kind of a negative. Now, with that said, there are two paths we can choose, and they're pretty tricky. Her magic direction is very good. But it's easier said than done. Bells of Freeze is pretty good. Most of the good stuff, though, is in the back area here. The bonus to Magical Might, maximum MP when wielding heavy wands. Now, much like Jessica in Dragon Quest VIII, she gets access to whips. Now, whips are also really good. The thing is that none of her whip skills are really that amazing. Outright. So you have to make an executive decision. That executive decision will be to go the Wrath of Rods for the time being. Bezel Freeze is pretty darn good. Now we want to go to Magic Might because the whole point of having a strong caster is to actually utilize the caster's skills, right? So anyway, now we have wands, spears, and harpistry for Serena. And this becomes another question of, if we look at these, Devil's Delight, an attack deals heavy damage to demons and occasionally beguiles them into the bargain. So again, both of them having great powers in the wand area to dish out damage to demons and whatnot. The recovery of MP is over here. This one's pretty cool. Snapcrack, but this loses its use as the game goes on. That one's pretty good too. So it's really going to be up to you. But for me personally, grabbing these outright perks here are pretty good. The other thing too is spears is kind of nice as well. Specifically, where is it? Is it here? No, is it there? No. It's a spear ability, I think, that comes later. Now, there's also a harpistry. These are all kind of cool to a degree. You can see magical mending and MP is available up here. And really what it is that it boosts your defense against the elements. We'll invest in that a bit later in the game. We're not going to invest in it right now. It is something that we will consider later, though. We don't have enough to get either of those, but we'll probably go towards the magical mending. Though the MP recovery after battle is kind of nice. But it's only 1 to 2 MP after winning a battle when wielding one, so 1 to 2 MP isn't that great. So we'll definitely not go for that right away. We're going to go to the southern route here. And then I'll debate if I'm going to grab one of these two. But Snack, Crackle, and Poof are pretty good. Is pretty good, so that's kind of the direction that those characters are going to go. it doesn't seem like much right now, and I checked the priest. We have the ability to respec characters now, so if it's important to do it, we'll worry about it then. I remember something important. We have a long journey ahead of us, don't we, Jector? Well, I happen to know a handy little spell that'll make it a lot easier for us. Just give me a minute. And there. And we learned Zoom, which is pretty much your teleportation spell. You can use a spell to travel back to anywhere you've been before, quick as a flash. So if you want to come back to here to Hodo, for example, just cast Zoom, think of Hodo, and you'll be back here just like that. Right, now that you have a little beauty in your bag of tricks, let's go and find the official branch, shall we? Velopolus and Southwest. Come on! So yeah, we get the ability to teleport. Now, we're not going to utilize that directly. We have the ability to travel to Hoto, but it's also campsites we visited. And this rule only applies to places once we have learned the spell. So, if you are that eager to go all the way back to, Cobblestone with it, don't get confused why you can't get there. That's not the purpose of the spell, because we didn't learn it when we were over there. So, it is available to us now. It also allows us to warp to campsites we have been to, hence why you might wonder, or at least recognize that I'm not using it right away. Or that we're walking back to this campsite. And there's some things we need to take care of, some management. And whatnot. So let's go ahead and forge probably a feathered hat. We need to forge a feathered hat. And we'll take a look at anything else we could possibly make. Specifically in the armor category. So Serena needs a feathered hat. She needs something. So we have the hides, so I'm not worried about the cost. That's fine. It's just temporary since her defense is so abysmally low. Rather give her something. Save our gold. Could rework her silk robe, but we're gonna hold off. We gave her the feathered cap. That's good. Oh wait, we're gonna rework Serena's feathered cap. Yeah. I'd rather do that than burn gear to make another one. Woo! Worked out quite nicely. So I'm happy with that. What we can do, since Serena has some pretty good stuff, we can give her the lesser feather cap, I think is fine. Put the really good one here. Again, we're just out of accessories, so that's just the way it goes. So, yeah, she's a little squishier. And again, as I said, that's the way that goes. Cat. Alright. Now we can go ahead and grab a wild stallion. There's no reason not to. The enemies around here aren't going to give much as far as XP goes. Considering our two, Eric and Jack Tartar going to need a lot more XP in order to level. I mean, they're both about the same now, but as we enter the new area, we're going to have some new enemies that'll drop better XP, you would assume. Alright. Away we go. And now we are in Velopolus. Now, here's the thing with Velopolus, is there's a side quest here that's going to require us to do a bit of mild grinding. And it's not that we want to grind, it's that the game makes us do it. So, if we want to finish the side quest, we have to get a very specific enemy to spawn in a group of enemies. And with that said, it's probably in our best interest to not fight too many enemies outright yet. Because number one, there's a town coming up, and we should benefit from, the benefits of the town versus, just other nonsense. In other words, I'm not explaining myself very well. In other words, I want to grab all this stuff because we're going to be spending a lot of time in the town before we get really anywhere. So the more stuff that we grab out here, the more likely it might respawn. As you can see, these enemies don't pose any kind of real threat. That. Nice. And over here, you get a mini medal. Clearly the most important thing to find out here. And we're going all the way this way. Look at that upgraded hammer hod. Beast bone. There's a campsite there. And we'll grab that, hit up that campsite in a minute because again, that gives us the ability to, teleport, right? I don't want to screw that up. I believe. Okay. Excuse me. Set up a campfire. Just talk to the statue as far as I'm concerned. And there's rectification. That allows us to move SP, the, job points or ability points wherever we want. I believe you have to pay to do it. Yeah. 20 coins per skill point. So that adds up a lot, because you remember it's per skill point. It's not what you think. It's not just in general. It's per skill point. Now, yes, I see that we can buy some stuff here. I'm reluctant to do it yet, because we haven't even gone to the town. So we'll deal with that in a moment. Just bear with me, guys. Come on. Come in. Alright. So we're now ready to go! Because why try to level off of any enemies anyway if you don't have better gear, right? especially for Veronica. And this town has a ton of shit just sitting around. I'm not fucking kidding. A ton of shit. A metric ton of shit. To the point where it's almost embarrassing how much shit's actually here.
Look at all these people. How marvelous. Is there some kind of festival going on, I wonder?
Festival of Naked.
Yes, of course. Velopolus is the kingdom of the desert knight, isn't it? And of the racetrack where they love to compete. I think we've arrived in town just in time for the horse racing festival.
Well, you go play with ponies if you like. I'm off to look for the Yggdrasil branch. That's why we're here, in case you've forgotten.
Oh, let Mr. Moody No Fun go off on his own if he wants. There's nothing to stop us having a little look around while we're here.
Okay. Alright. And he's there with us anyway, so what a load of horse shit. Loot! We'll go down in here. And grab the goods. You see? A locked door. That we can't do anything with yet. Yet being the key word. You are suspicious. Let's go this way. Another Warmaline. Alright. Ooh, let's go over here. Nice. And let's go this way. Around. Wait. Grab that. Let me see. The town's really big. We'll start on the west side here. Start knocking stuff out. There's just tons of shit all over this town. Not joking. Ooh. Information worth knowing. The local flora and fauna. Let's check this house over here before we keep moving further and further west. Nothing there. Nice. Let's head down this way. Let's check this building. Again, I don't remember what's in the buildings. I just know there's a lot of buildings in this town with a lot of shit in them, so wouldn't hurt to just peruse. Wonders no more the Velopolitan Circus. Okay. Nothing relevant here. A big book of reading. Like I know there's something back there. But how to get there? Like that. Let's check in here. Oh, that doesn't open. Again, peruse around. Door. Let's see. Yes. Angel Bell. Cool. Oh, look at that. Almost missed that. Ooh. Traveler's Hood. Yeah. Changes wearer's appearance when equipped. It's only available to certain characters, as you can clearly see. Or rather, a specific character. Which it raises the defense a bit, so we'll just put it there. And yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. It's the thing that we had earlier in the game. Where we were sneaking around, when we were sneaking around the early parts of the game. Heliodor. Alright. And like Dragon Quest VIII, there's a lot of cosmetic gear that you can collect and find. I'm keeping that a secret. Over here. Bottom floor look like. Nice. Guardians of the Star. Okay, nothing really that important. Okay, more horse shit. Some barrels over here. Barrel over here. Most unfortunately me so. Not good to you. Day to you. So here's I'm a painter. Okay. Wait, he's missing something. Such as wild side. Wait, perhaps you could assist me. Venture out into the celestial sands and slay a Spitfire by unleashing your wild side. That will provide me with a tableau truly worthy of my talents. Surely you will not refuse a struggling artist. So we need to use a specific pet power to defeat a Spitfire. Easier said than fucking done. This is one of the harder ones. I'm pretty sure. All allies must be pepped up. That's what makes it hard. So yeah, that one's gonna be tricky. I always found it to be difficult. Pretty much what you have to do is fight a Spitfire, and the Spitfire, if I'm not mistaken, is like a very difficult enemy at this point of the game to be fighting. It's like something that's like they sleep in the daytime, they're awake at night, and you get a bonus against them for fighting them during the day, and they're still rather difficult to beat. So that's the whole selling point, right, of the creature, that you get an advantage against him when you fight him during the day. It's subtle, it's not that relevant. Don't worry, I know some of you who've played this game saw someone. Don't worry about it. But anyway, so it's nice and dandy when you think of it in that context, but really, you have to beat him while pet power is active. And it's a trickier one to do because you need 3 characters to be pet at the same time. So again, it's a tricky one. Now this one is just as tricky. Is the Golden Globule. So we have to fight these enemies known as Golden Globes. They are attached to an enemy group that are cactus dudes, pretty much. And once in a blue moon, a golden one will show up. Now you have to beat them, but when you beat them, you also have to get it to drop the Golden Globule. And it's one of those things where I like to make the joke, it's easier said than done. And I do mean that in every sense of the word. It is a lot easier said than done. So, there we go. Lamp post, wizard staves, tricky turbans, fizzle retardant blouses, and enchantress's gloves. Nice. But getting back to my point, it's again easier said than done. To get the characters, to get that dude to drop one. And it's taken one time, I want to say, when I was playing this the first time, it took me relatively like an hour or 2 to get it. And then I've heard people say they got it a lot quicker, and again, it's subjective. It's all, you know, your playthrough versus my playthrough. It's rough. It is very rough. So we have to, in order to get into this building, we actually have to do this. Pay to get in here. We get a finessence and a software, which that alone makes it worth it. Time to get Puff Puff. Oh yeah. Puff Puff! Wait, whoa! Whoa! No! Puff Puff. Oh god. Ah! Well, that was bad touch. That was definitely bad touch. Okay. Now, before we do anything else, oh my god. A few things we want to consider is, number one, we're gonna need some bunny. We're gonna need a set of bunny ears, regardless of whether I want it or not. And the dancer's costume is probably gonna be a good buy. But here's what I want to do first. Before we do any purchasing, we gotta make a trip to the campsite again. I know, guys, I know. And the reason is you saw how much one piece of armor was. 1,200 bucks. And again, we have stuff we can sell. You know, we're holding on to stuff. It's not like, again, Dragon Quest VIII where you literally had to hold on to everything. But I will make this point that you do want to hold on to as much stuff as possible, so that way when you get into kind of a jam with money, you have this big smorgasbord of crap you can get rid of. This is not the time to do that, per se. But now that we can forge things, let's forge gear first before buying gear. That's how I look at it. So we could make the lamppost, and we can make the wizard staff. But here's the problem, we only have one lamplight. So the wizard staff or the lamppost. So that's 77 to 79. Now here's my thinking to this. Who deserves the wand? Who deserves the wand upgrade? Veronica has the means to use magic. to damage an enemy. Vanessa doesn't have the means to do jack squat to damage an enemy, so it really becomes a question of who's most usable and valuable for their second offhand turn. And I would argue that really the candidate to get it, and as well as it upgrades the magical mending, is going to be Serena. I'd want better healing, and I also want her to be able to do something, but you'll notice it only gives her a +2. Whereas this is a whole +9, and more magical might. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. I did not check, what we can check right here and see what we can buy versus what we cannot. But I believe there are no wands here. Yeah, there are no wands over here. And we can't buy a lamppost. As you can see, we can buy the Narcissus, Butterfly Wing, and Beast Bone, Pink Pine, and Cotton Top if we needed to. But that lamppost we just don't have. So, oops, no. So we'll come back to that in a minute. I know it's like, you came all the way out here to make this. Why aren't you making one? Because it's a little crazier than that. The fizzle-resistant blouse we can make. Oasis water, Narcissus is required. And then regular armor, and then what else can we make here? Forging accessory, gloves, and then we can make what looks like 2 enchanter's gloves, which increase only magical might. So we'll definitely put one on Veronica, Serena if we have extra resources. So that settles that to a degree. We only need to make 1 tricky turban. So there's that. Okay. And the weapon I'm not convinced. I'm not sure yet. So we'll make a tricky turban right now, as we have the means to do so. A little trickier to complete too. Nice. There we go. And not necessarily the easiest thing to make, but it is what it is. And again, making these things will reduce what we need to buy. And see, now we need a Narcissus. We can buy that. And usually you want to make one of everything in the game, so to me this is not that much of an expense as it is just something we need to do. I also should look at, we have been stockpiling copper swords from earlier in the game, but I want to say I got rid of most of them. Oh no, we still got 8. We'll sell 7 of them, leaving us with 1, which is a near $1,000. We were when I was grinding out in front of, I stole them from the goblinoid creatures, the blue goblinoid creatures back in Heliodor. Just keeping that in mind. So let's go to clothes. We'll make this blouse because she definitely needs it. Gonna burn our Oasis water bill too, but it is what it is. Hopefully we have enough. You would think we would. Nice. That's really all we can do here. Yeah, not perfect, but it's made. And it levels up our fun-sized forge skills, so to some degree, pretty sure. So I think that's good in the armors department. Definitely want to make, or at least try to make this, for the magic might for Veronica. And again, going back to what I said, making everything once. Okay, that's good enough. No, we're not going to probably get much of a bonus on this either. It is what it is. Part of me doesn't want to make that wand for, We'll check this out in a minute. I'm sorry, guys, I know. And the reason why I'm hesitant to get a wizard's wand is because I believe we can either steal them or buy them later. And Serena's wand, not so much. But let's get this sorted out here with the tricky turban and the fizzle retardant blouse. And we do have the enchanter's gloves. So that's, you can see she's slowly starting to get filled out here. Nothing we made for Serena yet. Because, again, like I said, if we can, I swear we can buy that staff later. Which is why I'm so reluctant to want to buy it. Because we've got nothing for Serena. Makes me feel bad, man. Feels bad, man. But I just want to double check what gear is available at the shops here. And what we need to buy. Because clearly we're going to need to buy some stuff. We didn't check the weapon shop either when we came, so that's going to be our first stop. Okay, so there is a fairy staff. Battle whip is whatever. The rapier is not an upgrade. That's barely an upgrade. We can buy these if we need to. We don't right now. The posy pole does nothing to magical mending or might. So what I'm going to say here, what I think is in the best interest of the party, is to make the thing that I don't think we can buy, which is the thing for Serena. And if we get access to what we need to make another lamppost later, we'll go ahead and make Veronica's thing. But what we'll do is buy her a fairy staff and be done with it. Let me see from here. We're good. So everything else we can make, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. We've got a silver platter. We don't have the bunny ears, so I'm going to buy that. For reasons. Put in the equipment bag. Bronze armor. Wait a minute. Did I not equip that when I made it? I did not equip it. I did not equip it when I made it. God damn it. Wow, how embarrassing. Because that just happened. Really quick. That way we're on track here. $53.73. Hee hee hee. But what are we really looking at here? Slightly less defense, and strangely a little less of everything. So the bunny ears is actually better than the feathered cap, which is why I'm putting it on her. Okay, let's look at this again. So now that we're equipped properly here, turban is better than the feathered cap, but only by a little bit, so we'll hold off on that. Leather dress. Leather cape. Dancer's costume for sure is what we are gonna buy. Leather cape only gives a +2 to defense, which is not much. And the turban is a +2 as well, which again is not very much. So I would say it's probably in our best interest to kind of hold out on that. I would argue. Yeah, I'm going to argue that we should hold off on the leather cape. I think we're going to find one too later. The turbans, we don't have the money to burn right now on it, so I'm not going to. I think we'll be alright. And then Serena can deposit that. Veronica can deposit her staff. And I think we're good to go. I'm going to the equipment bag. Okay. I think we're good. We just need to make that wand for Serena. So let's go make the wand real quick and then move forward here. I know, I could wait and make the wand later, but I'm gonna do it now. Scusi. That, and again, if we get the level up for the wand and everything else, it just helps us later. And we'll get moving on with the storyline. Because we got a little bit of story to still go here. Hate to have another long episode just because I'm stubborn. So we'll do the lamppost wand. And again, if we get another lamplight, we'll right away make that wand for Veronica, which I don't think I equipped. No, I must have, because that thing's out. Okay. Nice. Perfection. And that's again, that's really gonna help Serena to contribute into combat in a sense when we need that. When she has nothing to do, because she's not gonna have to heal all the time. And I'd hate to put the bronze lance on her because it takes 2 hands to do that. So. And actually it puts it on par with the bronze lance, so it's kind of nice. Alright. And yes, you did see that correctly. She gets gear that makes her look different. Hey, new look for Serena. Alright, so with that said and done, we are done dicking around here. And we're ready to continue forth. We get an achievement for making camp as often as we have. But to get used to it, we're going to be making camp there, I have a feeling, quite a lot. We'll try to be more constructive. Going forward here. And I stand by what I said. Even if we're making weapons that Serena and other characters aren't going to use, it's getting the experience in the Fun Forge. Just make sure that you make stuff that you can actually use first. Just saying. Okay, we're not gonna get that started yet, I guess. I forget when we can start it, but it's relatively soon. As we now get access to the Sultan's Palace. So, as per usual, loot. There's actually some cool stuff in here. I forget what's in here, specifically item-wise, but I know where they are. Here. Another set of fishnet stockings. Some undies. Oh, shut up, lady. Okay, just a diary of bullshit that I don't really care about. A pair of concrete earrings. Nice. And let's keep moving. As there's a little bit more, handful of other things we can grab here. Nice. And then there's another room which is littered with about 2 or 3 items, if I'm not mistaken. I know there's a... Alright. But a lot of what's in this room I don't think we're going to need as much, except for one thing. Yeah, see, feather cap we don't need. Just knowledge-based stuff. We grab this. Iron broadsword. Again, we have a better one, which we could rework, but I'd rather not bother with that. And we get a sleeping hibiscus. Again, like I said, there was not much in that room that was very useful, other than we can sell it for cash.
This race, my fellow Velopolitans, this race. Fellow Velopolitans, this is no ordinary Sand National. This race marks the day that Faris, my son and heir, comes of age, and as such... No. An event of such significance must have eloquence to match. Such functional pleasantries will not thrill my beloved subjects.
You don't say.
And who exactly might you be? I have no time to grant an audience today. You must leave. Immediately.
Father, my training is complete.
Then give me the pledge.
A knight's word is his bond, his kingdom his master. He serves the weak untiringly, challenges the strong unflinchingly, and never retreats in the face of adversity.
Yes, very good. The knight's pledge must always be your guide, my son.
Because apparently Cliff Notes ain't helping you, bro. Kudos for anybody that gets that reference, by the way. Because I don't think they're a thing anymore.
You are a man now, Faris. And tomorrow's race shall prove it. You must show your people that you are worthy of their adulation.
Fear not, beloved father. I shall disappoint neither you nor they.
Oh.
What is your name, stranger? And what brings you to Velopolus?
I've come for your hookers and blow. And the branch thingy.
Surely he speaks of the rainbow. It is the only treasure of our kingdom that would warrant such a
So many
description.
puns. So many puns.
I believe I can assist you, friend. Visit me in my chambers at the foot of the great staircase. I shall await you there.
Alright, so we're gonna get some freedom here to move around a bit more. There's more loot to find. Oasis water and kitty litter! Which is good because the oasis water was towards something. We used the last one we had earlier, rather. Awake Robin. And if you didn't see it, which I did, boom! Our turban money. If we really want to spend it on that. I'm debating in my head if I even want to waste my time with it. This might be another slightly longer episode. I do apologize.
You came.
If it comes to that. My immersion!
Yes. Your height and physique are perfect, and you have the face of one who knows horses.
I've had to require a few semen specimens back in my day. Don't ask questions. It's all about the breeding.
You should be aware that the branch you seek is a priceless royal treasure. My father isn't likely to give it away freely to some wandering stranger. However, he might be persuaded to part with it if the request came from his beloved son. I have but one small favor to ask in return.
No, I'm not getting naked. Only the ladies get to do that, and they have to pay.
Have so many unwelcome ears. The noise of the circus will protect our privacy. Will you join me there?
It's against my will, but yes.
Then it is agreed. I will meet you at the entrance to that ridiculous tent this evening. Do not be late, please.
Okay. So, clearly, this is gonna be some Argonian shit here, for those of you who remember the first game. But yeah, we're not gonna have enough time, I think, to cover that. So anyway, I want to thank you. Let me go out here really quick, just to make sure it doesn't cut right to it. But, yeah. We've looted everything there is literally to loot in town. So, with that said, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTarStudios, for more live gaming action. When we come back, we've got some questing to do, which is going to make us level, and it's going to be a mild grind session. So the next episode might be a little hinky, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. In other words, there's going to be some bigger cuts and stuff because of the grinding nature of it and whatnot. And we're also going to figure out what the heck this dude wants. This prince. Because clearly he's a lazy bastard who's trying to nickel and dime his way through some kind of thing we don't quite understand. Because we haven't gotten to that point yet. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTarStudios, for more live gaming action. And we will see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by, guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.